Good afternoon, Internet family. Hope y'all are doing well. It's been a minute. Lots happened. So, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Lots happened between the last time I streamed and now, so bear with me. I'm, as usual, unprepared. Alright. Let's see. Hope I don't get copyrighted for the music in the background. Yeah, it should be okay. I guess it's lo-fi music, so should be alright. I hope it's not too bad. I don't see why it would be. I don't know. I don't think it's copyrighted. Bless you. Bless you. Alright, let me double check, make sure. Golly. Hope y'all are having a good day. Alright, I think I already said that. So, nothing like a PB&J. Alright, so I think I put on here history. I don't know. I can't remember. Golly. That's awful. Fix this real quick. Lord. Alright. Let's see. I gotta mute that. Okay. Hair's doing a thing today. Alright, whatever. Alrighty. What is this stream name? Yeah, I did do history. Okay, so today in history, AP News. Y'all specifically requested the news to come from AP after many failed attempts of us trying to get news from a single source. This seems to be the most varied in information. Okay, and then oh, I gotta close that out. Let's see, pulling up the Google Calendar. Oh, today it says foreign languages. I had switched foreign languages with history. Gavin had asked me to specifically because he wanted to start the week off not getting attacked by history. But I think it's really important to have that up front first of the week. That way you have kind of like an overview. But, you know, you guys can switch this up however you want to. I did label it as history today, so I am going to do that. But yeah, starting again next week, I'll be going back into languages. Another reason why I'm starting in history today is because I'm actually kind of curious of what's going on. I've been seeing a lot of things happen over the past month, and I kind of want to get myself caught up with accurate, you know, a little bit more accurate information. And the red book, I got a new one. It's now green. So I'll be starting, the red book will be the rest of 2024, and the green book will be going into 2025. So I guess I'll just finish out the red book the way it was, and then just continue it going forward into the next year. So let's see. Anything? No. Okay. Alright, so last time on Monday. Oh yeah, we had gone into free learning sites for homeschoolers, and one of them that I was able to find was Khan Academy, Ursa Learning, Georgia Virtual, Cool Math, and Oversimplified on YouTube. Seemed to be a pretty interesting way of learning. I don't know if you guys want to look into that and let me know what your idea of it is. We learned about World War II the last time with the Oversimplified, and I thought it was a really interesting way of gathering that information in a visual form for high schoolers, basically. Especially nowadays with everything being electronic and internet-based, and everything is the next 30 seconds. It's hard to teach an hour-long class when everybody's used to just scrolling to the next little bit of information. I know TikTok started going into educational forum, and they have it now where you can actually do like mini burst learning. I don't know if that's specifically the wording for it, but that is something that is coming up on TikTok now. I noticed that I think it was like a couple weeks ago. I thought it was really cool. I wanted to learn more about it. Because I, as you guys know, I do the streaming, and even though I take usually about 2 hours, half of that is me just talking about nonsense. Whereas because of the fact that, you guys pretty much know me, but as far as like the TikTok learning, I really enjoy the idea of that little mini burst, because that's what everybody is used to now. That's where we're getting all of our information. I know for me personally, I don't even watch the news anymore. The only time I come on to the news is for this, with the homeschooling and stuff. But I get most of my information from TikTok or social media of some kind. So, except for the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel, that's really like the only specific website that I go to other than AP News. And if you guys have some more websites that you would like for me to look into, let me know. I do not have my master with me, but I do have, and I don't have the workbook with me. So, it is what it is. Okay. Let me go back a couple of Mondays here. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute since I've been on here. So, and somebody let me know if this is copyrighted or not, if I'm allowed to use this music or not. I don't want to get in trouble. It's funny. We usually go through, Today in History, a review, AP News, International Help, Questions and Inventions, and Next Week. So me reviewing the last couple of weeks, well, in my book, I should say, helps me kind of get a little better overall view of the path that I was taking, that if I may have fallen off of it. Like if you get used to doing something and then you fall off of it and you start doing something else. I don't know what kind of brain patterns that is. You identify it however you need to, but I know I do it a lot. So and it's been proven on Twitch. So I really hate the fact that Twitch did not save the last 3.5 years of my streaming. And I lost all of it. But I am glad and grateful for the times that I did have. They made my life a lot richer, if you want to call it that. it makes life worth living, you know, when you're able to share it with people that you love and care about, and then also get to meet new people all the time from all over the world, you know, and it's really cool. That's the one thing that I do enjoy about the internet, but it's also the one thing that, like, I really hate about the internet. You know, because then you get bots and spammers and all kinds of people that are just, you know, it comes with the territory, right? You gotta get the good with the bad, so to speak. You gotta be able to handle it. And that is one thing I am still working on. Alright, so far, at the very least, I look like I can copy things to the next month and not really fill them in. So, making sure that you fill out your notes and stuff like that when you're trying to get information from someone. Ask multiple questions about the same topic and different perspectives too. It kind of helps get a more rounded view. Hello, kitty. One of the last times that I was streaming, we talked a lot about the nuclear missiles and war and the CIA, the use of psychics and mediums in the military, local police, investigators. And then we also kind of leaned a little bit more into the sciencey side of it, of molecular effects over time, and universal law and movements. And one of the viewers had brought up the topic of Operation Paperclip. I don't know. I didn't even get into looking into that. I think maybe we did when we were live. I'm not sure. That was one morning's conversation. Resources in the area. Check out your local resources. Gonna go ahead and tell you that I am definitely gonna take a moment of silence here in a second. It's just something that I feel like I need to do. For bear with me. Western North Carolina. I hope they find healing and peace. And for all the people that have been affected by any kind of tragedy, I hope you all do. I was raised in those hills, just a little bit more north. And seeing it on the news and stuff like that really breaks my heart, because it's like I just want to write volunteer on my forehead and just run out there. And I know that I'd probably be adding to more of a burden than a help, really. Just by me being there. I don't know. I've even thought about bringing my kids out there just to have them help and have them see that, you know, in any moment, your entire life can be taken away firsthand from a place that they're frequent to. We have kin up there, and luckily they weren't affected by it. I don't even want to say the word luckily, because it's just, I think everybody's been kind of affected by it. And I'm in the foothills. So, if they do still need help, I'd be more than happy to help. I just don't want to be more of a burden on anybody anymore. Let's see. Oversimplify, we talked about World War II. Build your own timeline of history. of the world, End of Self was one of the projects that we had talked about. And also finding any kind of free websites and worksheets online. But yeah, right now the open project is Timeline. Writing your own personal timeline versus the timeline of the world in your existence. Oh, I gotta finish that one. Okay. I think that was pretty much it. Alright, so that is the review. How can you help internationally to start at home? I think that's pretty much it for the Mondays. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I think that's it. Let me move down to the next chapter here. Oh, no, that's not it. I knew it was coming. Of course I would put it in with the photo shoot. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with like a house chore list too. Does help sometimes. Just noticed that I was on that one. And then that's it. That one. Other than personal history. Yeah, that's it for that one. So that is what's left of this year's 2024 Red Book. And like I said, I've already started working in the green one, so. Alright, Associated Press. Looking at current local and worldwide news as well as this week in history. So, this week in history. I think it was like it was history.com that we used. Or whatever it was on this day in history was another app that we used. I can't even say this word properly, but the Guggenheim Museum opened in New York City in 1959. If I can get past all the pop-ups, it'll be alright. In 1805, the Battle of Trafalgar is in European history. Battle of Ball's Bluff during the Civil War in 1861. In 1967, thousands protest the war in Vietnam. In 1941, Germans massacre men, women, and children in Yugoslavia during World War II. The USS Constitution was launched today in 1797. Aberfan disaster kills 144 people and levels a Welsh mining village in 1966. Wow. That's kind of creepy. Alright, so as far as the world, or U.S. news, let's just do that. The question of whether or not the minimum wage should be lowered for workers who get tipped. There are some countries that they don't want you to tip, that their main wage is what their wage is. They actually get offended if you tip. So, That's kind of interesting concept for America to take on as well, if that was the case. Or are they just like waitresses, I want to say, or bartenders? I don't know. I think that they have like the lowest minimum wage pay, like base pay. Um, Evidently, the top topics are election of 2024, which is obvious, Trump at McDonald's, Cuba power outage, Dodgers beats Mets, and frozen waffle recall. Okay. Oh, now we have more Mideast wars. Great. Okay, so it says for world, it gives you the option to choose the Mideast wars, Israel-Hamas war, Russian-Ukraine war, global elections, Spain, China, Asia, Latin America, Europe. Gives you the news from all over the world. So that's why I chose this site specifically. And you can look at AP News. And like I said, if it's something that if there's something like newsworthy that is more informative than this, let me know. I don't want it to be one-sided either. So, let's see. I've like, evidently since the last time I've been on here, we now have like a whole nother section. Like that's how many different wars there's happening right now in the world. It says Lebanon assessed damage after Israel strikes Hezbollah-run financial institution. I know I should probably be reading this out loud. I'm trying to get to like the more specific ones of what's happening overseas right now. And again, I'm not any one side of anything, so I don't even vote. So that's why I wasn't talking about the elections, because in my personal opinion, I'm not voting until I feel like there's a president that's worth voting for. And I'm probably going to get attacked for saying that, but I'm 42 and I've never voted a day in my life. So if my name comes up on that election board or something like that, let me know. Yeah. And I also don't know enough about elections for me to even vote in a manner that would be essential, I guess is the word, for it to matter, really. Keep saying about Israel's wars, how expensive they are. They hit a financial arm, and the U.S. is investigating an unauthorized release of classified documents on Israel's Iran attack plan as of yesterday. They're talking a lot about Gaza. Yeah, the Israel-Iran tension, the Hezbollah, U.S. military presence, and sanctions on settlers. All right. And these are all topics that you guys can look at on the AP News sites. I'm just trying to like gather some information real quick from each one of these, and I know I'm kind of like just sitting here and staring at the screen, but all right. Russian-Ukraine war. U.S. Defense Chief promises Ukraine that it needs to fight Russia, but it goes no further. Putin hosts a summit to show the West it can keep Russia off the global stage. South Korea calls for imminent withdrawal of North Korean troops allegedly in Russia. Serbia's president thanks Putin for gas supplies and vows he'll never impose sanctions on Russia. Okay. Global elections. I'm just going to talk about it real quick. I can't even say half of these names. Mozambique, rocked by the killings of two prominent opposition figures soon after a disputed election. New President Subianto swears in Indonesia's largest cabinet since 1966 with 109 members. Iraq's Kurdish region goes to the polls with the flagging economical and political infighting top of mind. An EU candidate Moldova to hold two pivotal votes as officials denounce Russian hybrid attacks. Votes to secure a path towards EU membership after accusing Russia of interference. Ex-Defense Minister Ishiba, I hope I said that name right, chosen to lead Japan's ruling party and became Prime Minister. I'm not going much into the election thing. It's like a topic I don't really want to get into. I don't know enough about it to really argue it effectively anyways. So, alright, Asian Pacific. U.S. missile deployment to Philippines incredibly important for combat readiness. U.S. General says, "You are not my king." Indigenous Australian senator yells at visiting King Charles. You are not my king. Dang. Hateful. Anyway. South Korea calls for imminent withdrawal of North Korean troops allegedly in Russia. I think I just said that. Gunmen kill 7 people working on a strategic tunnel project in an Indian-controlled Kashmir. Philippine court jails 17 militants for life for mass kidnapping of tourists. India says it's reached a pact with China on military patrols along their disputed border. Vietnam anoints Army general as new president after months of turmoil. A Japanese police chief apologized to a man acquitted after 50 years on death row. Ouch. There's so many. I've heard that so many times now of people getting arrested for something that they didn't even fucking do. And they spend the rest of their life in jail. And they die in there. And it is like the most horrible thing. Alright, come on now. Why is it not clicking on it? Here we go. Okay. Oh, it's in Spanish. Sorry. Espanol is literally the news, but in Spanish. Sorry, I thought it was Spain. Tropical storm Oscar dumps heavy rain on eastern Cuba as it heads towards the Bahamas. Cubans struggle with an extended power outage and a new tropical storm. Mexican schools have 6 months to ban junk food sales or face heavy fines. Oh, could you imagine American schools like that? Or any place like that. Venezuela arrests a former oil I don't know if it's supposed to be Czar or Caesar, and accuses him of working with the U.S. to undermine the industry. Police in Haiti battle a gang coalition trying to seize control of the entire capital. Wow. See, like, we would have never even have known this stuff if I hadn't just sat here and read it. I would never even have known this stuff. And there's so much information that gets passed through every single day that we miss. Like, we don't even get to see any of it because it's just not in our existence. So that's why I try to do this, and not just for y'all, but for myself too. You know? Part of my learning is so this way I can teach. That's how it's supposed to be, I think. But not everyone agrees. Europe? Self-exiled Turkish spiritual leader Fethullah Gulen, I don't know how to say their names, dies in the United States. Brazil environmental disaster victims take case against mining giant BHP to UK court. London police officer who fatally shot a black motorist is acquitted of murder. Albania's left-wing former president Meta is arrested on corruption allegations. Let me read that again. Albania's left-wing former president Meta is arrested on corruption allegations. French transport minister meets cycling groups after a traffic death sparks protest. I think the only one that's left now is China. India says it reached a pact with China on military patrols along the disputed borders. I said that earlier. A week after China's war games, U.S. and Canadian warships sail through Taiwan Strait. Indonesia swears an ex-general Prabowo Subianto as president. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Environmental delegates gather in Colombia for conference on dwindling global biodiversity. A small blast in Myanmar's second biggest city damages Chinese consulate. GOP lawmakers seek investigation of consulting firm over its work in China. South Africa asks Taiwan to move its unofficial embassy out of the capital. U.S. Foreign Secretary Lamy urges China against supporting Russia's military. I wonder why. China's economy growing at 4.6% rate in the last quarter falls short of the official 5% target. U.S. imposing sanctions on Chinese companies accused of helping make Russian attack drones. Let me repeat that. U.S. imposing sanctions on Chinese companies accused of helping make Russian attack drones. If you haven't gone into unmanned aerial assault lately, something to consider. So, UK Foreign Secretary David Lamb, I already said that one, reset frosty relations. China to boost financing for approved housing projects to $560 billion to counter property slump. It sounds like so much money, but like in the case of like Hurricane Helen, How many billions of dollars would it take to fix all of that? And how much have we, like, just thrown away? They're still finding bodies. But, I'm gonna click on the US one again. I want to see if it goes state by state. No, it does not. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I pretty much said all of the top ones here. Yeah, it is kind of crazy that there's no reporting on Hurricane Helen, or I think it was Milton, and now the one in Cuba. Let me see if there's other ones. Yeah, they're saying that the death toll in the West is at 95, but that's not even accurate. It's in the thousands. Thousands. And they're still finding bodies, like, and it's like a month later. It's been 3 weeks. I wonder if somebody can do like an aerial view, maybe take a plane, like a personal plane, and take the flight of the path going down from north to south, going down the path that Helen went, just to see like the overall, scan the whole thing, like all the way down, just to see how different it is now, like how it has completely altered the landscape and everything. It's crazy. There's so many conspiracy theories around it. Like, I'm hearing a lot of them. I'm feeling a lot of them. But either way, it's a horrible, horrible situation. Like, all of these areas that are flooding. Did France flood? Yeah, they're in a current flood warning. So France is flooding. I seen a video or something. It was like Italy, France. I want to say, yeah, it was Italy too. Hold on. It looked like it was Italy. Thousands forced to evacuate. That was about a month ago, though. Storm Boros, northern Italy. Yeah, France is flooding. Italy is flooding. That's crazy. Anyway, alright. I was looking up Helen's death toll. Is not accurate. Okay. So, we went through the AP News, right? And like I said, I don't have the workbook. or the worksheets. I was gonna like offer for y'all to go check out like any kind of like history learning stuff like that they have on YouTube or whatever social media that you use. Even if it's just like a little short, like a Facebook short or something like that. Trying to think. Yeah, the Georgia site, from what I remember of it. Georgia virtual learning. So this is one of those types of websites that I thought was kind of cool, but it's only if you really like watching videos. Because most of them it's a virtual learning, but it's pre-recorded. So it's kind of like watching it on YouTube, but it's through the school sites. So I would love to share my screen. I think virtual gavirtuallearning.org. So I don't know if I can put that up here or not. This is one of the sites that I'm currently. Thanks for following me. Okay, so if you go to that website, I can't type it in here. Maybe I'll put a link. Let me see if I can put a link for the homeschooling side of it somewhere. My about section. Oh, I was able to get back into my old Cash App, which was cool, but it's blank. It's like it basically like reset it. But I'm still gonna keep the original, the one that I've had up there. I'm gonna keep that one up. But yeah, if you guys accidentally sent it the other way, then I can get it now. So let's see. Where can I add this? All right, edit panels. I'm gonna go into my About Me section and edit real quick. I'm gonna add a panel. Maybe it'll let me put like in the description. Will it let you put a link in the description? Because usually it like. Oh, that's my code. Silly. Didn't even save the link. Shared landing page. Yes. Copy and paste. Maybe. B. Maybe. Let me see if it'll work. Hold on. It says it's submitted, but let me verify. Where'd you put it? Usually whenever I add something, it throws it at the bottom of it. But for some reason... here we go. Okay. Oh, it did work. Okay, cool. But does it actually link? No, it does not. It's just copy and paste. Okay. I know I'm having like a full-on conversation with myself right now, and y'all are just listening in. It's all good. So Alright, let me type in these other ones then, if I can add it like that. I can add it like that. Alright, so that one, and let me get some other ones. Throw the K-12 up there, which I've now enrolled Kevin in. Yes! So, waiting for a response on that one, and he will be fully in. I am so excited. Alright, I'm gonna give you K-12 enrollment, portal, login information. Nope, can't do that one because you'd actually have to have a login. Never mind. Prodigy, that was another one that I was using. It's more like a game site, really. It's kind of cool. I may or may not add that one. Ursa Minor. Any glasses? Can you tell? Reason why I'm gonna have so many wrinkles around my eyes is because I squint. Khan Academy. That was another one too. Well, let me see if I can get the. Yep, I can. Yay! I don't know why the other one didn't save like that. Go back. I'm going to try to space them out. I don't know if it's going to actually code like that and let it space it, but we'll see. I'm surprised it's even letting it do it, like, at all. Okay, here we go. Make math and English fun for kids. I don't even know if I can leave it like that. We'll see. Alright, Prodigy. What was the one that I didn't say? Freedom Homeschooling. So I liked, okay, so as far as freedomhomeschooling.com, I liked how it had it separated up by grade. That was cool. A lot of the homeschooling, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and teach y'all based on my own mistakes. So don't go into thinking, oh, homeschooling is free. No. When they say that you pay for your education, it doesn't matter if you go to public school, private school, homeschool, you're paying. So, yeah. So it's you can make it really, really cheap, but you're not going to be able to get it for free. I'm just going to go ahead and knock that little bubble out of the way. Just go ahead and no longer be delusional about it. Yeah, even if it says free, you're not going to get like a comprehensive list. You're only going to get like bits and pieces. And then you're going to have to search another site to get bits and pieces. And then you have to search another site to get bits and pieces. So it's like very varied. The sign up process is fairly easy. That was cool. The hardest part is making your own curriculum and keeping it interesting. That's where I fail horribly in, because I think I could put anybody to sleep. So as you can tell, consistency is key, that of which I don't have that key. So, but yeah, I did like the Freedom Homeschooling when it was separated up. And feel free to, like, when you first step into it, don't be afraid to ask a lot of questions. Because you're going to get advice, which is going to be great advice. Some of it may not. But it's from that person's perspective. And what may have worked for one person or a group of people may not specifically work for you and whoever it is that you're working with. So even if it's just yourself. I know I personally have a hard time learning things and keeping it in there, like math. Y'all know. If you've ever been on my stream before, I have a 4th grade math level. So me and math don't get along, but I've been working on it. And me and words, you guys can catch it every once in a while. Words, I can't announce them and stuff like that, and I can't, or haven't been able to, shouldn't say can't, haven't been able to get it right sometimes on some words. Even when I read it, my brain's just like, I don't know. Like, mouth it out. Your English is better than whatever you could have pretended it to be, so just mouth it out. And so that's what I do, is I just read it like I would. However the sound would have been in English, I just say it in that. So, yeah, you'll hear me say a lot of mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes. That's how you learn. So when you first go into trying to do something new and something different, or create something new or different, you're going to get mistakes. You're going to get pushback. You're going to get people who are looking at you like you're freaking crazy. Like, even your own kids are going to look at you like, what are you doing? So don't get down on yourself. You know, we all have to start from somewhere, and don't be afraid to ask questions as much as you can to whoever you can. And like I said, get multiple different, from different places and different people, get different opinions of the same topic, so you can get a more rounded view of it. Because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like against it, and then there's some people that are going to be all for it, and then there's going to be other people who are going to try to lead you into spending thousands of dollars on something that you could have done yourself. So just kind of make a full assessment before making a final decision, because even though you might be able to jump into it and it'd be all fine and good, you know, at some point in time there are rules and regulations to everything. And you know, don't think that you're excluded from any change in events and stuff. So just hopefully you'll be able to get the help that you need, and if you have any questions, if I can answer them, I'll try to. I've had a very big struggle with trying to get the homeschooling thing down pat, and you guys already know, even with the streaming, I incorporated it into the streaming, so this way I made it a little bit more mandatory, and I just stopped streaming altogether. For 3 months, you know, it's okay. So yeah, that consistency thing really does help it, because you having to go and backtrack and catch up to where you were is like 3 times harder, it seems like, than it would be if you would have just kept going. Like, you know how they say, like, you pick up $1 every minute, and it costs more to go back for the ones that you missed than it would to just keep going forward. So that vibe. I try my best to do the best I can in the meantime. I hope you guys do too. Because now I'm having to backtrack 3 months ago trying to get back into this, and it's like I have so much compiled information up in this brain of mine that I can't quite get it out right sometimes, you know what I mean? So how many times in your own personal history have you had an emotional situation alter your thought process, even though it's a factual situation? That's fun. So yeah, I'm trying to put these I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm trying to put these little links in here for the homeschooling sites in my about sections. This way you guys can check them out. I think for the most part they're free-ish. I'm pretty sure that there's extra somewhere. I do know for a fact that Canva did add a teacher section, but I think you have to be, like, at the very least for homeschoolers, you have to be an umbrella school. So, and for those of you who don't know what an umbrella school is, because I didn't know what it was either, now that I say it, an umbrella school is a homeschool that is kind of like helped from the public schools, and in my understanding of it. You guys might be able to find a better explanation for it, and if I'm wrong, please let me know, but that's my understanding of it, is that it's like they're not in regular school anymore, they're being homeschooled, but they're kind of being helped by the school system that they're in, like whatever area that they would have been in school. So you get certain perks for having that, like you get driver training access. For homeschoolers like myself who are unschooling, we don't have any access to that. So that I know of, at least that's what I was told. So you're pretty much, if you're unschooling, you're on your own. You're just going to have to teach them on your own, and how they grow and how they do is how they do. Let's see. But for those of us who are homeschooling that were not umbrellaed, we don't have any assistance. You're just getting your own information. These are websites that you can get information from without being umbrellaed, and you don't have to worry about. You do kind of have to make your own. That part of it being more towards the unschooling part of it is you do have to make your own curriculum. But it does have a pretty good, for most of these sites, they have a pretty good layout specifically. It's pretty organized. So. Let's see. I think I got Khan on there, right? All right, so I have Georgia Virtual Learning, Khan Academy, Prodigy Gaming. Yeah. Which now they call it, I think it's gamification or something like that, where like the kids learn based on like the games that they're playing and stuff. You know, what's funny is all these times I was looking at AP News, I was only looking at the first two. And I didn't realize that they went into science too. Fact checking, oddities, even photography. That's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to save those for right now, because if I don't, I'm just going to go ahead and submit them and see if it'll take. Oh, I should have added an image. I don't know, most of my things got like random stuff. Let me delete that. I'm rereading some of these panels. It's kind of interesting how I worded some of this stuff. Looking back at it now, it's funny. Currently the beaten redheaded stepchild on my social media. That's funny. Alright, let's see if I have an image that maybe I could use. If I had a really awesome selfie, I'd probably use it. Actually, I got one better than that. I gotta crop it first. I don't know, I always end up screenshotting freaking pictures. And then I totally forget to clip them down. Why did that not save? I saved it. No. I saved it. You better save your freaking computer. Recent. Thank you. Really? Wow. Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to move it down. Can't even use that one. Jesus. Okay. Sorry, got nothing to days. I'm trying to fill in this stupid little thing here. Okay. I wonder if it'll let me use this one. Did it really? Oh, it timed out. Figures. Alright, whatever. It's staying that way. I've spent the last, I don't even know how long now. Alright. Okay, so in my About Me section on my Twitch, somewhere, where did I put it? Okay. It's underneath wish list. So there's those sites, and then, oh, I need to change this up, so I'm not gonna do it right now, but, yeah. Stream not scheduled. Oh, I gotta refresh that. Okay. Alright. So we went through. Now that I've done giving myself like a little 5-minute break. Let's see. Google Calendar, Redbook, schedule book, workbook I don't have, worksheets I don't have. I don't have a master copy, And I told you about some of the YouTube websites, the websites that were free-ish. This Week in History, we went over that, and then AP News, current, local, and worldwide. So if you guys have any questions, some of the questions that I've asked in the past and will ask again is, how does it make you feel? Any of the history or anything that's talked about. Advancements made after a quarantine in any industry. How does it all matter now? How does everything get affected by other things or people? What patterns do you see in history that may be repeating now or soon? One of the topics that I was actually going to bring up today, and we probably could talk about if you guys wanted to, is the election year and what does that mean for us, and any other associated topics or projects, which right now the only active project I think we have open, like I said earlier, is the timeline. So, and then next week, again, Today in History website review, compare last week to this, and AP News, ask and answer questions brought up during the week, if you guys have any. And then I think that's pretty much it. So I kind of skimmed it down to an hour. I want to see if I can get it down to 30 minutes, but at the same time, I could, in all reality, do every single topic every single day, 30 minutes each block, and for an entire school day. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, for those of you who are local to me, get ready for a really cool temperature drop, by the way. I don't know about in history, but I know that for North Carolina, this weather drop has been kind of early for us here. So continue to pray for those in need. And I think I'm going to actually end it early today. It's my first time being back for 3 months. So I think I'm going to... but yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask me. And if you have any topics or anything you guys want to talk about. Or not talk about. Just sit there and watch me. I do need to update some of this stuff on my About Me and also all of my other social media because things have changed. So, keep an eye out for me. And I guess I will see y'all when I see you. I'm probably going to try to go pretty regularly. I always say this when I try to do this, but I'll see you when I see you. How about that? And until I see you again, behave.